Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. So, today is completely different from most of the stuff that's on my channel. I had a bunch of people ask me on Instagram how I'm able to book cheap flights all over the world, so this video, I'm going to cover that. It's not going to be a tech review, a drone review, a camera review, or anything like that, but it's info that I think a lot of you guys will find super valuable. Today's video will be extra interesting because we're going to teleport to me in 2018. Back when I first started traveling and building my portfolio in the photo video world, I had to travel for super cheap because I literally had no money. So during that time, I learned a bunch about just like how to get cheap flights, how to get cheap accommodation, how to burp. Anyways, I had to learn about cheap flights, cheap accommodation, cheap transportation, and even cheap food. And those trips back in the day where I was bumming it on a budget are honestly some of my favorite trips to date, and they're the reason that I'm able to do what I can today. So back in 2018, I put all of that info and condensed it down into a little mini course called The Art of Travel. Like I said, I covered flights, accommodations, transportation, and even food, and the course did okay. I think we had about 100 people join. But I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. I don't really know why, but yeah, it's just been sitting in my archives since then. So I figured there's no better time to release the first episode, which covers flights, than now because so many people were asking about it. First off, I apologize in advance for my haircut and my baby face. God damn what 3 years can do. But anyways, without further ado, here is the video. Teleport to 2018.
When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
The first lesson is gonna be on flights, and flights are a biggie. I probably get 2 to 3 messages per day from people just wondering how to get cheap flights. It's probably the biggest, most intimidating thing when you're wanting to travel. But it doesn't have to be. There's actually 2 very easy ways to get extremely cheap flights. One is called Google Flights and one is called Skyscanner. And the one that I use most is Skyscanner. So right now I'm just going to go to Skyscanner and I'm going to show you guys all the features and how I'm able to use it. Okay, so I'm going to open up Safari and I'm going to type in Skyscanner. Right there. And as soon as you open up the homepage, this is what you're gonna see. So this is your from tab, to tab, and then dates. We're gonna do round trip. Right now I'm in Denver, Colorado, so I'm gonna start there. Denver to, let's say, Los Angeles. So we go Los Angeles, and instead of searching for a specific date, for example, the 21st through the 24th, what we're gonna do is search the whole month and just hit November. So then we'll hit search, and what searching a full month will do is it's gonna give you an entire calendar. So there's your entire calendar right there, and you can pick and choose which dates are the cheapest. And as you can see, like, if I wanted to get a flight on, let's say, the 16th, but I realized that only a day earlier, it could be $87. Like, you're already saving 30 bucks there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick the 6th, and let's say to the 13th. So that's $143 round trip to Los Angeles. And even if I wanted to change the dates to say, like, if I wanted to get there next week, it still wouldn't be very expensive. So today's the 19th of October, and you can see flights, $90, $180, and that's literally booking for next week. So for around $150, depending on if you can be a little bit flexible in your dates, it's a super cheap price for those flights to Los Angeles. But there's a further thing to Skyscanner that really makes it unique and really makes it so you can save some money. I'm gonna go back to the home screen here. And for this example, I'm gonna search for flights to Bali, Indonesia. So instead of searching a single airport, I'm gonna search for every single airport in the entire United States. And that's what makes Skyscanner so cool, is because not only can you search flexible dates, but you can search flexible airports. So I'm gonna go the full United States. And let's go to Bali, Denpasar. And again, we're gonna do whole month, cheapest month, search flights. So this will pull up and it's gonna show you what it costs to fly from every single city. So Los Angeles is $379 and it keeps getting higher and higher and higher. And I'm gonna just do the cheapest option for now. So let's click from Los Angeles, take a look at flights, and wow, these are like super cheap. These are some of the cheapest flights that I've seen. So I'm gonna click the $199, and then if you're going overseas somewhere like that, you probably don't want to stay for a week. So I'm just gonna do the whole month of March, the 2nd through the 24th. And the flights are $397, which is like insanely cheap. And sometimes for some reason the numbers don't show up on the calendar, but if you click the actual date and hit search, it will show you the price for it. But I'm not in Los Angeles, I'm in Colorado, so I'll be flying out of Denver International. This flight is leaving from Los Angeles. But if you remember from a few minutes ago, I already found a flight from Denver to Los Angeles for around $150. So if I'm able to just combine the two flights, I'm paying around $550. And as you're searching for the flights, just try to find some that line up relatively well. Like say my flight to Los Angeles gets in at 10 a.m. Don't buy a flight out of Los Angeles until later in the afternoon. Also, what I've done in the past is get a flight to say Los Angeles, like 3 days before your flight to Bangkok, and there you go. You have a free 3-day vacation in Los Angeles. So you can turn one trip into two. And if I go back, let's go back here to the spot where we could see every single city. I'm gonna scroll down, see we're already past 550 there. Keep scrolling down. And finally we see Denver at $765. So we paid $550 by separating the flights, but if I would have just flown straight from Denver, I'd be paying $760. So that's already a savings of like $210. And that was just from 5 minutes of research. So now let's do an example with you guys. If you guys have a phone, download the Skyscanner app. If you guys are on a computer, Google search skyscanner.com and we'll come back and do a walkthrough with you guys. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to show you a video of a barking Australian man, because it's definitely one of the best videos on the internet.
Yesterday morning, I came out into the front yard and the dogs were across the road. And as soon as they saw me, they came bounding over. Bruh.
So we are back, and so I'm gonna do where I'm starting. So Denver, DN, DV, Denver International to, let's say I want to go to Germany. I'm not sure which city, so I'm just gonna search the whole country. Search flights. And once we get here, we're gonna get this list of cities we can go to. You can see you can go to Munich for $460, but right at the top we have Berlin, $377, so I'm just gonna click that. And now that's loading here. And again, we're going to get this whole month view so we can really see when the cheap tickets are. Looks like the 18th. 189 bucks one way, 188 coming back. So our total is only $377, and that's round trip from Denver to Germany, which Denver is like a city in the middle of the United States, and Berlin is a city in the middle of Europe. So for $370, that's really cheap. So I'm gonna show you guys one more feature that I really like to use on Skyscanner. So just come back to the home page with me. So we're back here, and let's say I want to go on a trip, or I want to go several places, and I just want to see how cheap the flights are to each one of them. You can actually search the entire planet. All you have to do is search everywhere, and literally you can search everywhere. So I'm gonna switch this back to the United States and search flights. And now we're gonna get this big list of flights all around the world. So as you can see, you can fly from a city in the United States to another one in the United States for $30, to Puerto Rico for $106, going down Mexico $160, and so on and so forth. You have Haiti, Colombia, Cuba, Iceland even for $199. Keep going down. Japan for $200. Keep going down further. You start to get into European countries. Spain for $250. Keep going. China for $260. France for $260. Keep going down, and as you can see, like, there is not very many places in the entire planet that you can't go for under $500. Keep going down. You have the Philippines for $350. Keep going. India $350. Morocco for $400. Keep going down. We have even Nepal for $400. St. Lucia for $50. New Zealand, Croatia, Maldives, all of these places for under $500. You even have French Polynesia. Damn. I didn't realize flights to French Polynesia were that cheap. French Polynesia for $530 round trip. Looks like we are going to French Polynesia. Damn. And as you can see, if you're able to use this correctly, you can literally get anywhere in the world with a couple clicks. So just to show you the exact process of actually booking the flight, I'm going to book a flight that I need coming up here in a few weeks. So in a couple weeks, I'm going to be in Colombia, and I need to get to Tel Aviv, Israel. I have a project in Tel Aviv I'm working on, and I just need to find the best way to get there. So what I'm going to do is go cheapest month, November. What's up, Austin? But anyways, so I've already searched the flight that I actually want, but this is how I found that flight. So I clicked full month. I'm going to go down here, and I need to fly out the 29th, so I'm just going to hit get prices. As you can see, there wasn't actually something that showed up there, and I'm not sure exactly why it does that. Sometimes the system just doesn't register it. I found my flight that I want, and it's $576, which really isn't bad from getting somewhere in Central America all the way over to the Middle East. So I'm going to select this flight. And what you're going to get is a bunch of options of websites you can book it through. If you can book it through something, through Orbitz or Expedia, it's usually easier because you can easily set up an account that already saves your info, but usually the cheapest ones are these random websites, and they're totally legit. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just not some of the mainstream ones, and that's why they can charge cheaper prices. But so I'm going to go to Travel to Be, hit select, and it's going to bring me to a new window. And so what Skyscanner does is it takes all of these different travel sites and it combines all of their prices and displays them on their own site. So the actual bookings, when you book through Skyscanner, they'll be through the site that it's the flight is actually advertised through. So right here, and already it looks like this one's gone up a little bit. It's $5.99. But if I go back, I can see that Orbitz and Expedia is an extra $4 from what it actually is. Sometimes the rate isn't super exact. So instead of flying with Travel to Be, I'm just gonna do Expedia because it's only $4 extra and it's worth it to me. We'll see if the rate is exact on Expedia. So yeah, here we go on Expedia. I'm already logged in, so it has my information, so that makes it easy. But now I'm just going to go through this, make sure the flights are okay. It's leaving on the 29th at 8 p.m., arriving the next day at 2:50 a.m. I have 2 stopovers, which isn't a big deal. Everything else looks good, so I'm just gonna hit continue booking. And now the booking process just goes through whatever website you're booking it through. So all of this is my private info, so I'm gonna stop at this point. That's basically how you do it. It's super easy. You just get redirected to the site that you actually book through, and then you fill everything out. So the way I'm able to sustain travel so much is that I'm not very attached to material possessions. When I first started traveling, I sold my car. Even to this day, I pretty much live off of like 3 t-shirts and a couple pairs of shoes. So you really don't need that much. And I don't spend my money on things that I know I don't need. Sure, I'm like anyone else. There's a million things that I want, like a new Xbox or a new drone or something like that. but I always ask myself, do I really need them? And then I think about where I could go for the same price, and 99% of the time, I end up spending the money on travel as opposed to just a new thing. I'm gonna give you guys a list of things that cost around $500. And $500 sounds like a lot of money, but when you break it down, it really isn't. And remember, for 500 bucks, you can basically get anywhere on the planet depending on what city you live in. So first up is clothes. People spend a crazy amount of money on clothes. If you went through your closet and literally just looked, even I'm looking in my closet now and I'm like, damn, there's so much stuff in there that I never use. If you go through your closet, think of all the pairs of shoes, all the jackets, all the shirts, all the dresses if you're a girl or a guy, to each his own. If you think of all that stuff, you can easily sell that and get 500 bucks, or just not buy new stuff, use the old stuff, and that'll add up to $500. A new Xbox, a new laptop, new tires for your car. And one of the main ones that I've seen is just eating out. People spend a crazy amount of money on eating out, and not just eating out, drinking as well. People will go to the club and spend $50, $60 a night. If you take 10 club nights and just say, I'm not gonna spend any money, and save that money instead, think about it. You can be anywhere in the world. You can go clubbing in Berlin, you can go see the monuments in Rome, you can go sit on the beaches in Spain, you can go to Bali, and all you have to do is just not drink for 10 nights. And if you take any of these things and just say, okay, I'm not gonna buy this month, you'll be able to have $500 that you can put towards pretty much anywhere in the world and get a flight there. So that is it for flights, and in the next chapter I'm going to teach you about transportation and what to do once you actually land in the country. Okay, what's up again, guys? If only 2018 me knew what was coming in 2020. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please feel free to leave it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. It actually helps so much with the YouTube algorithm, so I really appreciate every single one of your likes. And if you're interested in joining the full Art of Travel course, link is down below in case you want to learn about transportation, accommodation, and food. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.